Welcome Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Breaking Prisms! Hwa-ta! Hwa-cha-cha-cha!
Dude, it wasn't even like a karate episode. Calm down.
It could be. It could be. No. I mean, you saw the poses. Or whatever. I don't have a gun. I can't do it.
I don't know, but hers was like this.
Yeah.
And she's
See?
like, what am
there
I
was
doing?
karate in it. She tried real hard. Anyway, today we're jumping back a season in Black Mirror to actually finish up the series for Season 4. So Episode 1, Season 4, USS Callister. Something along those lines. Someone's here to correct me. Alright, so we're going to do some top level here for a minute. I don't have my timer. I'm so disappointed. It's gone! So
we're... I see it from here, so you're good.
Huh?
Good job. You fail.
You said you see it?
I said I don't even see it from here.
It's gone forever. Alright, well anyway. I do see it.
Just give it up.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Sit down.
Continue the episode.
Sit down.
Spoiler free.
Yeah, now that you've wasted, 3 minutes? 5 minutes? Anyways, so pretty much... I can't even continue the podcast. It's just watching him crab walk the entire...
Well, I started this. Do your job! Anyways.
You suck at this, by the way.
Huh?
I said you suck at this, by the way.
It's alright. Spoiler free for the first few minutes, and then we'll jump into spoilers. What do we think about the Star Trek episode of the Twilight? I mean, the Black Mirror.
Forget what show you're on?
It's hard sometimes.
Overall, really fun. Very interesting. You start out kind of, pitying people, and then it just, yeah.
Just like that, huh? Just whoosh, whoosh.
That is the episode. It goes one way, and then it goes a completely different way, and you're like, well, bam. End of episode. It's
an interesting Black Mirror take on a Star Trek-ish type thing. I mean, the USS Callister is a big hint. Oh, okay, this is very Star Trek.
Yes, it's called Starfleet. Starfleet. Make sure you remember that.
Yes.
Bad things happen when you don't remember that. So, I don't know how many names they called it. Star Force. I don't know. There's a bunch of them.
Don't get it wrong. It's very difficult. So the episode is about two guys that create an online game called Infinity.
Yes. I just think of Infinity War, but
it's just funny. It's funny. I didn't even think about the name of the game. It's just coincided with my latest drawing. It's very funny.
Oh, the figure eight.
The Infinity symbol. It's like, what do you know? That's pretty interesting. Look at the coincidences there. That's pretty interesting. Anyways, and so it's just about them working on, we're about this company working on this game. And we get a new employee, and it's about him semi-cloning people and putting them inside the game?
Okay, first off, you said that way wrong. You said they get a new employee, and then immediately switched over, and he starts cloning people. The new employee does not start cloning people.
Okay, well, you have these two guys. One's the figurehead, talker, slick guy, businessman, and the other one's like the engineer who created everything.
Yes, you have the head tech officer and the CEO.
And the CEO don't understand anything except business, and the head science or head tech fella, the CTO, is the one who created the game.
Yes.
And it's massively popular and it's super cool. And we don't actually ever see the game.
At the end.
No. You see one ship. The thing is, we don't understand what kind of game it is. Not really.
It seems like your standard space exploration MMO game.
Just standard.
Well,
It's just standard.
Except, the whole actually being in the thing. But yeah.
So yeah. So the CTO, the tech guy, is what you consider very kind of antisocial, kind of awkward towards and around people, and doesn't like people because everyone's mean to him.
I wouldn't say he doesn't like people. It's more of everyone, even though he is the CTO, treats him like garbage, and the person he literally created the company treats him as though he's just a second-rate employee, even though they're technically equals.
Yeah.
And he literally is the one that is the core of the place. Yes, you can't really go anywhere without, like, the merchandising and the branding and all that kind of stuff.
It takes everything.
But without something to actually merchandise, what are you doing?
So, yeah. And he is a big-time super nerd for Starfleet.
Yes.
Which is this old... It's Star Trek.
Yes.
He's a super nerd for Star Trek.
Yes, it's pretty much a rip-off of Star Trek. Yes.
So, what was it? The company name is Callister?
Yes.
So he named it kind of after that, and the other guy let him have that, so that's the name of the thing. And he created a mod for Infinity based on his favorite show.
Yes, that he keeps only on his computer at his house.
Yes. So, and when he gets angry at people, or if he just really wants to, he finds a little bit of DNA and digitally clones them into this game.
I thought we were doing spoilers now.
I mean, that is literally this is what it's about. You find all this out in the first, 5-10 minutes of the show.
I don't remember, but...
That is what it's about. This is what the whole episode is about.
Well, pretty much, it's actually about the intern who's a chick. I don't know where you fumbled that up. Okay.
Did I need to specifically say intern was a female?
Yes, because you went intern and then you said he clones people, which makes it sound like he is the intern.
We moved to different people, okay?
Doesn't
matter.
No one understands you. No one understands your language. Okay.
Anyway,
use English.
How do we feel about this guy doing what he does and top level of the episode? So we can move into spoilers real quick.
What? Are you talking about rating? Are we rating it?
I don't know. You're getting mad because I'm spoiling things here, but I'm not spoiling things.
God.
Are we spoiling it? We're not spoiling things. I don't know what's going on.
Anyways, intern shows up, and that's when things get complicated.
Of course. So this show is as much about her as it is about him.
Yes.
And things go right, because that's how things go, that's how shows go. So, overall,
entertaining, good acting. No matter how cheesy it was, it just kind of added to the fun and the humor of it, which is weird, but yeah.
It's also the point.
Just, I don't know, overall, everything, the story, how it went, everything was great. I would give it a 4 out of 5, merely just because of things that happened later on.
Yes. I think me and you both have issues with the ending.
Yes.
Didn't go exactly like we think it maybe should have. Which has been my issue with it for a while. Personally.
He's once again seen all these. I've seen
season 4, so
yes.
It's cool re-seeing it. Some of these I remember less than others, but I remember this episode quite a bit because it was a really good episode.
Yes.
I think the acting was really well done. The characters are great. It looks freaking fantastic.
Yes.
It is a beautiful episode.
And even though we kind of skipped ahead and skipped around to all these different seasons, you once again see technology you have seen before.
Yes. Within, I think, the first minute and a half of the show,
yes.
We see the technology that we see in the first episode of season 5 of Striking Vipers, the little VR piece they use in that, just on the head, which this is pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and except for the end, like you said. So, I agree. A 4 out of 5 sounds really good, because it's still a really cool episode.
Good job, little guys.
Yeah, we lost one of you. One of these days, we'll get 5 of them, and then we'll just knock off the table how many we lost.
By luck, you'd rage hit one and it hit the camera. Okay?
Probably. There's a high probability.
Swipe that way, and then you'd hit something else.
You swipe left or you swipe right?
Oh, God.
You just swipe. I had to go there. All right, moving into spoilers.
That's one.
Go watch. Season 4 is awesome. Season 4 is good. This episode is still really good.
I'm glad you talk louder than I do. Yes, continue.
I know you said something.
That's fine.
And I was in the process of going through.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It was not important.
Okay. I'll go back in the audio and find out what it was.
Yeah, no, you won't. I know you. I know you. You won't.
No, I won't.
You'll forget it even happened by the end of this episode.
Probably.
Okay.
Very, very likely.
And so, spoilers. Go.
Spoilers. We're in spoilers.
So, spoiling the episode. Bad things happen. No.
Once he digitally clones people and puts them into the game, he is essentially God inside this game, as we get established very quickly.
And the digital copies of these people have become pretty much, well, they are pretty much semi-sentient. They are fully aware that they are in this thing,
I don't know if semi would be the word. I think they're a fully 100. This is a perfect digital clone of these people for all intents and purposes.
So they are fully self-aware that they are in a game to the point where they're even talking about when they actually came in. Like, has this happened since I left? What year is it? Anything like that. And so the intern shows up and immediately is like, we need to get out.
Rebel, rebel, rebel. Which she very quickly figures out a very simple way that nobody else on the team apparently could have figured out for how long they've been there. It's just interesting that it was like, snappity snap snap, look at that, I'm brilliant.
Well, it was literally like, you can't hack the system. Well, I haven't tried yet. Do-do-do-do-do-ting. But then...
Pretty much! That's exactly how it went.
But then the problem with that is it didn't go as planned and things got worse.
Yeah, which I still think this is kind of how the episode should have gone. Because once again, they establish him as God. They basically say he is invincible. They show that he can just morph people at will. We can remove faces. We can transform them into giant bug creatures. We can...
I don't know. But at one point in time, they do end up on a planet, and nobody does anything to him. Yet somehow later on in the episode, it is established, hey, he can't touch us if he's not on the ship. So it's like, why didn't you kick his ass while he was on land, steal his little computer thingy, go back on the ship, and then run away that way? I mean, you would have plenty more time to figure it out than just, we got 10 seconds to get into this wormhole or whatever.
Nothing about the actual end of the show makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. Because again, we established that he's God. Essentially. He is all-powerful. He can do anything he wants. Unless it's inconvenient to the plot. Then he no longer can do anything he wants. And you can just run away. Because he can't catch you now. Even though he controls all aspects of the game.
I don't know. Because they gave him the control box back. It's not like they took it from him. They beamed it up, did what they needed to, beamed it back down to him so he wouldn't get suspicious, or actually so he would get the phone call for the pizza.
Yes.
And then...
somehow, once the update happens and they delete his version of the world, somehow he's now comatose? Inside this? Or stuck in a way that he is now drooling?
My thing is if I were to come back into a game and the people I'm controlling are not responding to me, the person I was with is no longer there.
Couldn't he just exited the game to begin with?
I would have immediately exited it and reset it.
Yeah, he could have easily done that as well. The thing, there's a lot he could have done, I think. Yeah. At least with the rules and things that had already been established in this world. And for plot purposes, it seems that they wanted a happy ending. And because they wanted a happy ending, they just kind of forced one.
Yes.
And that's the biggest issue with the episode. It all happens within the last 10 minutes of the episode.
So, you still have a good...
hour and 4 or 5 minutes of pretty greatness.
Yes.
Because, again, I think all the acting is great. The new intern's great. All the other intern people, because I don't remember none of their names. Especially CEO, whatever O he is.
Walton?
Well, I guess Walton. It's a pretty heartfelt speech there in the end. And he does a few times, like when he's talking about his son and all that stuff. It's like, buddy, you pretty cool.
I can't remember where I've seen him from.
Yeah, because I've definitely
I know
have.
He's in a movie, an older movie called... It's not... It's the game about... It's the one about the video game where when they die in the game, they die in how they die in the game, and they die in real life. The game is about Elizabeth Bathory, the woman, the vampire woman thing. It had...
very little...
It had the guy who played Malcolm in the Middle and Agent Cody Banks. Frankie Muniz?
He was an actor at one point.
But I know he was in that movie. But play again. No, I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's been so incredibly long that I don't really remember very much about it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember him being in it because I don't remember Frank Muniz being in it. So I don't remember any of the actors. But
yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. And the thing is, all these people he's cloned, except for the new intern, we can establish pretty quickly just they're terrible to this guy.
Oh, yeah.
They are horrible. They're not nice. They're just mean. And in turn, kind of turn the new intern against him.
Yes. Literally, like, when a woman is like, hey, just to let you know, he gets a bit starey. You should probably avoid him. Like, really avoid him.
To which she starts doing.
Yeah.
To which, like, all right, if you're going to do that here,
yeah.
I'm going to take you to and digitally clone you and put you into another world.
And it doesn't help that, like, when you're actually in the game and that version says, hey, I got put in here because I called him out on staring. Which, I mean, they do show that through the episode that he just sits there and stares, but still.
Because everyone is terrible to him.
I meant at a specific person.
I know, but still, everyone is terrible to him.
Yes, I don't
down to like, I'm going to get coffee for everyone.
Yeah.
That you think I could get one too?
Yeah.
To which he very hesitantly pauses.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure. I mean, I am only your boss. I own the company. I mean, you could be nice. A little.
And then it goes further with the whole skim milk. Oh, good choice, for the...
just call him fat. It's a great idea. Just do that.
But no, these are horrible people. And in some ways, people may think, well, they got what they deserved. But it's like, at the same time, this guy kind of went a little... Ooh.
Well, he does. Because, he doesn't look at them as people inside the game. He looks at them as digital versions that he can take his stress out on. And in a lot of ways, that is what they are. But in other ways, he did completely clone a person and put him in the game. So what he's doing is very, very cruel.
Yes, they are fully aware of everything, including their lives outside, to the point where they're like, yeah, that's what's going on outside the game.
So it's interesting. The thing is, I still almost like him more than I like them. Oh. So, yeah, the ending there. The ending.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. What can you do?
Great episode. I didn't like the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That's about it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode, or enjoyed the episode, because hopefully you go watch it, because season 4 is good, and this first episode was really good. Still, just a huge notch up over season 5. I
enjoyed this episode better than I enjoyed everything that season 5 was. So.
Yeah, I agree completely. Because this is and feels like Black Mirror.
Yes. Like, literally the entire thing was a piece of technology to the point where you were inside the technology. Yes. Okay. And yes, Striking Vipers hit that, but that's because it used the same technology.
Yeah. We didn't innovate in any. We used the exact same technology. But, yeah. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Throw a like down there. Throw a comment down below. Let us know how you're liking this episode and how you think it compares to season 5. Subscribe to the channel because that's helpful.
Are you sure?
I think so, a little bit. But, as always, you can reach me at Stars on Trial, reach the man at KZ Pop, reach the show at Beyond Our Focus, everywhere, including YouTube and podcast services around the globe.
Oh, my ears.
Maybe. Any final thoughts?
Sorry, my ears were ringing. I forgot my lines.
Any final thoughts before we go?
See you, Space Cowboys?
It's a great final thought. Till next time. Long days, pleasant nights.